There we are. Good evening, everybody. How are you this evening? I hope you can read what I've got written there. Good evening, students. It looks a little bit small, unfortunately. Okay, so let's see. What are we going to do? What are we going to do this evening? Well, various different things. Yeah, this looks like it's working. Yeah, very definitely. So, anyway, so who's there? I don't think there's anyone there at the moment. Okay, here we come. Hi there, Count Beauty, and good evening, Montespan. How are you? I hope you like the video about continuous tenses. They're not easy to do in English. Because they're slightly different from other languages. So let's see. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is, this is a little phrasal verb exercise. I hope you can all actually read what it says. I'm going to try and make it just a little bit bigger. Let's see, 33, let's try 10%. Okay, so let's see if you can all, yeah. Okay, so this is a phrasal verb exercise, and you need one verb to go into all of these. Good evening, MX25A. Okay, we're looking for one phrasal verb to make all of these phrasal verbs. Okay, so there's quite a few with this one. So the first one is something over, meaning to repeat. Something up, meaning to renovate or to fasten. Something with, connected. It's just one verb we're looking for, and all of these are the same verb. It's not take. Let's see, to take over would mean to take control of. Good evening, Lolly. So to go over, that would work. Go over would mean repeat. But go up, well, the price is going up. No, it's not go either. Go with, yeah, that could mean connected. Go without, gets a good guess, but no. Let's see, to get over, if you feel sick, you get over it. To get up, you get up in the morning. To get with it, get connected. Well, get with what we're doing. Get without doesn't work. So we're still looking for a verb. All of the same. Let's see. This one here, do without. So could with. Could something with. Okay, yes, I sort of gave that away, didn't I, a bit? So, let's see. To do something over. Do your homework over. Okay. Satendra. Good evening. Okay, clinical performance in cricket. I'll look at that in a bit. But, so to do over. Your homework's no good. You need to do it over. Do. Your shoes are undone. Do them up. To fasten them. Or I bought an old house and now I need to do it up, to renovate it. Okay, to do with. So is this anything to do with you? Is this connected with you? This exercise is to do with phrasal verbs. Then we've got to do without, meaning to survive not having. No, Lolly, it's do. You need a do. To do without. If you don't have enough money, then you're going to have to do without. there was one or two ingredients missing from my recipe, so I did without them. Then we have to do down, to do somebody down, to cheat them. When I gave him a £10 note and he did me down with the change, he cheated me. Or to criticise. My boss is always doing down my ideas. To do out, to decorate. So I think I need to do this room out in blue, repaint it. Okay, good evening, Susanita. To do out, to decorate. Could do with, need. So it's a really hot day and I could do with a cold drink. Then we have to do away with, to get rid of, to throw away. So, I don't know, this pen doesn't work anymore. I need to do away with it. I need to get rid of it, chuck it in the bin. And then finally, to do in. This is a very informal British phrasal verb meaning to kill. Okay, so all of those were with do. Let me see if I can make this one a fraction bigger. Well, not the best way, but let's just make it 33. And let's see if I can get this the right size. Okay, so now we've got another one. Whoops, I just lost the top bit. So this is another one. We need another phrasal verb. Something down, to disparage, to criticise, to be nasty about. Or to write. I'm happy to see you too, Susanita. Okay, or something off, to postpone, or to repel, a characteristic that you don't like about something. Stinky tofu is really delicious, but the smell, me off. Okay, it did me in, it killed me, absolutely, that's the idea, Montespan. So, it should be take now, it's not take. So, what's that answer, Lolly? That looks quite good to me. Okay, to wear. Okay, well, something on, to wear. So, I on my clothes in the morning. I like that answer put off, Lolly. It looks really good. Okay, so to up with, to tolerate. I can't up with this anymore. Okay, up, to construct. They upped. They up a new building in front of my house. To across, to communicate an idea. So I try to across ideas to you. Wear, put on. Very good, Lolly. You've got this. I don't think anyone else has actually cottoned on to this yet. Okay, out. Okay, Montespan, put. You're getting the idea. No, it's not get, Count Beauty. To across an idea. Well, it could be get, but there's a different one which works in all of these. To out, to publish, to inconvenient. You could get across an idea, Susanita, and that works very well. But let's see. Get up with, tolerate? No. Get off? To enjoy, or maybe even... Okay, yes, it is, Count Beauty. It's put. Okay, so to put down. Let's see, I would like you to put that down in writing. Write it down. Okay, or to put somebody down, to criticise them, to say something nasty about them, means to disparage. To put off, can I put my class off until next week? To repel, something that puts me off is the smell. I can't put up with his rudeness anymore. Okay, I can't tolerate his rudeness anymore. I'm going to put on my blue t-shirt today to put up a building, to construct, to put across an idea, to get across an idea, as you said, to put out, so to publish, to make available for the public. So I put out 2 videos every day. I hope it won't put you out, but I need to borrow some money. I hope it won't inconvenience you. I need to put off my class, and I hope it won't put you out. He was very put out by the things I said. He was pretty inconvenienced. He was angry. To put back, so if you take things out of the communal box, you need to put them back. And then finally, to put in for, to apply for. I've put in for the job as managing director of IBM. I don't think they're going to accept me though. Okay, so put. Okay, so Rifmania Siegler, you want some numbers. How do the rest of you feel about some numbers? Let's try this for a minute then. Okay, I need a nice blank space. Okay, so let's try some numbers then for a minute. Okay, so the first one is 90. 90. Write the number. We also blow off a class. You can definitely blow off a class, Susanna. Yeah? Okay, so we're doing numbers. The first number is 90. 90. You'll get this easily. The first one is 90. 90. So, are you sure it's not 90 as opposed to 19, Count Beauty? I'd like to apply for RP. Oh no. Okay, so Count Beauty, 90. Good evening, Ali. Okay, so the first one is 90. Whoops, 90. Let's try the next one. 770. 770. 770. 770. I better get a pen and a piece of paper, otherwise I'll forget what I'm saying. Yeah, okay, so 770. Yeah, 770. 770. You ready for it then? 770. 770. 770. 770. 770. 770. So let's write this one down. Yes, here we go. 770. 770. Good evening, Ali. Yeah. Okay, so let's try the next one. 8,880. 8,880. 8,880. 8,880. 8,880. 8,880. Yeah, we're there with it. 8,880. 8,880. 8,880. Clinical performance. Okay, 8,880. So I'm sure we're getting some here, yeah. 8,880. That's very good. 8,880. Okay, next one's a bit harder. 16,616. 16,616. 16,616. 16,616. Yeah, 16,616. Okay, Camp Beauty, that looks pretty good to me. So let me write it, 16,616. Let's continue with another one. So, yeah, 980,919. 980,919. So, 980,919. Okay, Professor Bruchos. Sounds good to me. So, 980,919. 980,919. Yeah, I got it right. Yeah, well done, Ali. Okay, so I'm about to write this. Well, someone's going to get it soon after the delay. And okay, we're starting to get some answers now. So 980,919. Okay, that's really good. Ooh, good evening, Ermine and Maxime. Okay. Anekerap. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, my Russian friend. You probably tell me. Okay, so I want to change and I want to do a story now. Okay, so let's see. The title of this story is The Hedgehog and... Sorry, wait a second, that's not the right bit. Copy, and it's called The Hedgehog, the Fox and the Mosquitoes. Okay, a hedgehog is an animal with lots of spines on its back. It's like a porcupine, but smaller, and lives in Europe. So when it's attacked, it rolls into a ball, and all you see are pointy spines everywhere. So, listen to the story. I'm going to do it a bit at a time. So, listen. A fox was crossing a river, but she got swept by the current into a gully. A long time passed and she couldn't get out. Meanwhile, there were mosquitoes swarming all over the fox's body, making her miserable. Okay, that's the first bit. So, a fox was crossing a river, but she got swept by the current into a gully. A long time passed and she couldn't get out. Meanwhile, there were mosquitoes swarming all over the fox's body, making her miserable. So, let's see what happened to the fox. What happened to the fox? Yeah, well, so the fox was trying to cross a river, and what happened to the fox? The fox was trying to cross a river, but what happened? Yeah, what happened to the fox? So, what happened to the fox? Yeah, I don't want to go to work on Monday. Yeah, so the fox is trying to cross the river. What happened to him? Yeah. What happened to the fox? He was trying to cross this river. What happened to him? She got swept into a gully. Very good, Montespan. I love it. Okay, so the current was very strong, and the fox got swept into a gully. A gully is like a crevasse or a crack. Yeah? So the fox is trying to cross the river. So, Camp Beauty, into a pit. Yeah, a pit, a gully. Okay. No, he didn't sink. Yeah? I know the story requires more explanation. I'm going to do the next bit in a minute. And so the fox is lying in this place. And then what happened next? What happened next? What happened next after this? Yeah. Oh, don't worry about the typos. I make typos as well, even in even in the videos. So the fox is lying there in the gully. I think I might even write this word gully. Yeah, gully. So the fox is lying in the gully, and what happens to it next? What happens to it next? Yeah, what happens to the fox next? Okay, I'm going to put this bit in while we're waiting for the time lag to come up. So what happens to the fox next? Yeah, it takes a while. Okay, the mosquitoes were bothering the fox. A mosquito, lots of mosquitoes. Is the gully dry? More or less. Yeah, it's dry. It's like a flat place. The rocks either side come down, and then there's a flat place at the bottom. So this is the first bit. Okay, the hedgehog, the fox, and the mosquitoes. Yeah, a fox was crossing a river, but she got swept away. She got swept by the current into a gully. So to sweep, you use a broom to sweep, but here to be swept, to be taken as if by a broom, but here by the water. A long time passed and she couldn't get out. Okay, the fox in this case is a she, yeah? Meanwhile, there were mosquitoes swarming all over the fox's body. So there are mosquitoes swarming everywhere. A swarm of bees, a swarm of flies, a swarm of people in the underground. And they're making her miserable. Notice in English, miserable usually just means sad. Okay, so now I need to read the next part of the story. A hedgehog wandered by and happened to see the fox. The hedgehog took pity on her and asked if he should remove the mosquitoes. But the fox refused. The hedgehog asked the reason why, and the fox replied. Let me read that again. A hedgehog wandered by, la 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 la, and happened by chance to see the fox. He, the hedgehog, took pity on her, the fox, and asked if he should remove the mosquitoes, make them go. But the fox refused. No, 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 no. The hedgehog asked the reason why, and the fox replied. So, what did the fox ask? Sorry, what did the hedgehog ask the fox? What did the hedgehog ask the fox? What did the hedgehog ask the fox? And I think the second question, what was the fox's reply? So vagary is when you're not very, you don't define something very clearly. Well, for example, when politicians speak, they're full of vagaries. Okay, so what did the hedgehog ask, and what was the fox's reply? So what did the hedgehog ask, and what was the fox's reply? Okay, it'll come through in a second, I'm sure, but there's a huge lag on this. Okay, he asked, do you need my help? He asked if he could help her. He asked, does the fox need help? And the fox said no. Lolly, I love that answer. That's really good. To remove the swarm of mosquitoes. Exactly. So the hedgehog says, do you want me to make these mosquitoes go? Yes, if you could. Well done, Maxim. Okay, Reese, that's good. Why don't you let me help you? Okay, so I need to put this next bit here. The fox said no. Exactly. It was quite strange. So you're probably wondering why. You'll hear in a minute. So a hedgehog wandered by. To wander, to walk without direction, and by means near. Yeah? And he happened to see the fox. By chance, the hedgehog saw the fox. And he took pity on her. Okay, he took pity on her. Poor, poor, poor fox. I think this has only just come up. So, a hedgehog wandered by, he walked by, and happened, by chance, by accident, to see the fox. And the hedgehog took pity on her, you poor fox, and asked if he should remove the mosquitoes. Let's get rid of these mosquitoes. But the fox refused. The fox said, no, no, no. The hedgehog asked the reason why, and the fox replied, so here comes with the next bit. These mosquitoes have taken their fill of me and are barely sucking my blood at this point. But if you take these mosquitoes away, others will come, and those hungry new mosquitoes will drink up all the blood that I have left. So the question is, why did the fox refuse? Let me read it again. These mosquitoes have taken their fill of me and are barely sucking my blood at this point. But if you take these mosquitoes away, others will come, and those hungry new mosquitoes will drink up all the blood I have left. So, why did the fox refuse? What's the explanation? Okay, this will probably take a second or two. Here. So, why did the fox refuse? What was the reason for his refusal? I'm sure you're all writing like crazy now. Yeah? So the question is, why did the fox refuse? She was afraid of losing all her blood. That's a great answer, Montespan. The fox wanted to keep at least some blood, yes, because if new mosquitoes came, then they were going to suck all the blood left, because the mosquitoes that were there were already full of blood. These mosquitoes were full of blood, full, and did not want to suck blood anymore. Yeah, so they were protecting the fox in some way. Good, you've got this. So let me read this piece. These mosquitoes have taken their fill of me. They've taken as much as they want, and they're barely, almost not sucking my blood at this point. But if you take these mosquitoes away, they will go away, and other mosquitoes, others will come, and those hungry new mosquitoes will drink up all the blood I have left. Well done, Osama. Yes, that's the idea. Okay, yes, the new mosquitoes will come and suck. Now, I have a moral to this story as well. What do you think the moral is? Well, let me just read it to you. The same is true with politicians. Whenever a new politician takes office, his first task will be to drain the public coffers dry. So here there is a simile between the story and real life. Yeah. So what is this simile? What's the moral to the story? Let me read it again. The same is true with politicians. Whenever a new politician takes office, his first task will be to drain the public coffers dry. Okay, a coffer is a box with money in it. In the Middle Ages, a king would walk around with people carrying a coffer of coins. A coffer's a box, but it's the money box, it's the cash till, it's where the money's kept. So, the same is true with politicians. Whenever a new politician takes office, his first task will be to drain the public coffers dry. Okay, you like the morality, yes. Yeah, so let me put this last bit here. I'm certain it's true. When you have a new politician who takes power, it's horrible because it's true. I know it's true. When you have a new politician who comes in to take power, his first objective is to steal as much money as he can. And he needs to buy himself a house in the Caribbean, a new yacht, several new cars. Needs to pay all his debts. So the first thing he does is he becomes as corrupt as possible and steals as much money as he can. Blood alias money. I love it, Montespan. Okay, so the same is true with politicians. Yeah. Whenever, and in all cases when a new politician takes office, he comes into office, his first task, the first thing he will do will be to drain. To drain is to take something out. The water, when you flush the toilet, the water goes down the drain. To drain, to suck. This is the mosquito sucking blood. The public coffers dry. Okay, a coffer is a box. I think in modern English we only use this word coffer to mean the bank account, the money box, the amount of money that you have. Okay, so that's enough of that. I know we've had half an hour, but I've still got a few questions left to do. So let's just try these easy questions. Okay, first question. Name a red fruit. Name a red fruit. Name a red fruit. This is easy. Name a red fruit. Name a red fruit. Name a red fruit. Name a red fruit. I'm sure you're going to find the answer to this one. This one's easy. Name a red fruit. Name a red fruit. Name a red fruit. Yeah, name a red fruit. The answers are going to start coming any second now. Name a red fruit. Ah, okay, an apple, a cherry. Yes, name a red fruit. That's very good indeed. Okay, so yeah, we're all from different countries and we all agree with about the politicians. Yeah, it's the same thing everywhere. Okay, so cherries, apples, strawberries are red. Let's try another one of these. What's the difference between a slug and a snail? What's the difference between a slug and a snail? What's the difference between a slug and a snail? So sherry with an S is something that you drink. It's like a fortified wine that comes from Spain, from a place called Jerez de la Frontera. Cherry, CH, is a fruit that you eat. Sherry is something that you drink. Pomegranate. Ooh, I love it. Yes, pomegranate is good as well. So what's the difference between a slug and a snail? What's the difference between a slug and a snail? A slug is smaller. I've seen snails this size in Asia. Okay, a snail has a shell. That's good, Count Beauty. Yeah? A slug is used to keep the snail snugly. Okay, let's see. A slug and a snail, they're both very similar, but the snail has a shell on the outside, and the slug actually has a shell, but inside its body. Okay? Snail bringing his house on his back, and the slug doesn't do that, but it looks like a snail. Yeah? It looks like a snail without a shell, a slug. Okay, the next one. Name an animal that is blind. Name an animal that is blind. Name an animal that is blind, or maybe one that can't see very well. So, name an animal that's blind. Name an animal that's blind. Name an animal that's blind. A slug is slower than the snail. probably. Okay. Name an animal that is blind. One is homeless. I love it. KMK. So, okay. Count Beauty. M-O-L-E. You need an E on the end. A mole. A bat. And a car. So it looks like Annika. Yes, a bat. That'll do. Osama, a bat. Whew. Mr. Jahid, an owl. An owl sees really, really well. Well, I guess during the day, an owl is blind. So yes. Okay, M25, a bat. Well done, Lolly and Mole. Okay, next question. How many are there in a baker's dozen? How many are there in a baker's dozen? How many are there in a baker's dozen? A baker's dozen. How many are there in a baker's dozen? How many are there in a baker's dozen? A baker's dozen. How many are there in a baker's dozen? So, how many are there in a baker's dozen? How many are there in a baker's dozen? How many are there in a baker's dozen? So, Mr. Shahid, no, it's not 12, and it's not 12 Montespan, and it's not 12 Lolly. That's why I asked this question. Okay, I'm going to get... Ooh, KMK, yes, 13. Well done, sir. Okay, a baker's dozen is 13. The reason for this is very old. In the past, if 300, 400, 500 years ago, if you sold short measure, so if you sold less weight than people were paying for, you could end up being executed. So bakers were really worried about being certain that they provided the correct weight or more. So instead of making 12 loaves of bread, they made 13 to make sure that they went over, or at least to, the weight that they were charging people for. Okay, and that's the reason why. Okay, a baker's dozen is 13. Okay, and last question for today then. Easy. How many seconds are there in an hour? 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 Just a little bit of maths, this one's easy. How many seconds are there in an hour? How many seconds are there in an hour? I wonder, how many seconds are there in an hour? So, let me put this so that we can see it as well. In an hour. Okay, well done KMK again. How many seconds are there in an hour? Well, there are 60 seconds in a minute. Well done, Susanita. Susanta. It's Susanta. It's not Susanita. Susanta. I'm sorry. Okay. So, there are 60 seconds in a minute, and there's 60 minutes in an hour. So 60 times 60, 3,600. Good evening, Candy Twiggy Twist. Nice to see you. Okay, too slow. Well, okay, so my friends, that's enough for this evening. I will try to do another one next week at the same time. So, I hope you enjoyed this. I'd like to thank you all for coming. I'd like to thank you all for these massive comments that you make on the channel. And thank you for your long-term support. It's really wonderful. It's really flattering for me. So, enjoy your evening, and I will see you next week. Same time, same channel. So, bye for now.